If you can't pass a basic climate science test, then you don't deserve to be in power. I'm just gonna come right out and say this, okay? Our planet is dying, and it's not because we forgot to recycle or because we're lazy. It's dying because most of the powerful people in America are either too stupid, too corrupt, or too spineless to do anything to stop it. We are being governed by people who can't even explain the greenhouse effect, don't understand how carbon traps heat, and couldn't identify a climate feedback loop if it set their state on fire, which it probably already has. These people aren't just out of touch. They are actively destroying your future to protect power, profit, and ignorance. And we've let them because we've never required them to be qualified to lead. That has to end now. It has to end now. Part 1. Science denial is political violence. When lawmakers deny climate change, that's not a political opinion. That is an act of violence against the poor, against children, against every future generation. Because let's be clear, climate change is not a future problem. It's a right now problem. Your air is poisoned, your water is drying up, your groceries are more expensive because farms are failing. And the people in charge, they're cashing checks from oil companies while they pretend they don't know why hurricanes are leveling entire towns. If you don't know climate science, you should not be allowed to make policies. And if you do know it and you still vote against the planet, you belong in prison, not in Congress. Part 2, the bare minimum to lead. If you're running for office in the 21st century, here's what you should be able to explain on day 1. What the greenhouse effect is and why it matters. How burning fossil fuels drives global warming. What feedback loops are and why they're terrifying. What tipping point means for coastal cities, food systems, and human survival. Why weather is not climate is not a punchline, it's a red flag. What the IPCC is, and why dismissing it should disqualify you from holding office. This is not advanced physics. This is basic survival. And if you can't pass a simple test on it, you should not be allowed near a vote, a gavel, or a microphone. Nope. Part 3, ignorance is not an accident. Here's what they don't want you to know. They're not dumb. They're bought. The fossil fuel industry spends millions to make sure politicians stay willfully ignorant or publicly pretend to be. They don't care if Miami drowns or if Phoenix becomes uninhabitable. They care about drilling permits, subsidies, and stock prices. Your future is collateral damage. And the media, they treat climate denial like a valid opinion. It's not. It's disinformation. It's the flat earth version of public policy, and it's gonna get people killed. Part 4, we need a new standard now. Here's the truth that nobody on cable will say. Not everybody deserves to lead. There should be a required science environmental exam for every federal office, House, Senate, and President. And it should be public. If you want power over life and death, over forest and food, over fire and flood, you need to prove that you understand the basics. Let's stop pretending that ignorance is harmless. Because it's not. It's not. It's lethal. And it's accelerating. Call to action. We don't have time to compromise. We don't have time for both sides. We have 5 to 10 years to course correct or collapse. 5 to 10 years. That's it, guys. So here's what you do. Tag your representatives. Ask them one question. What is a climate feedback loop? If they can't answer, then they don't get your vote. If they laugh it off, then they don't get a microphone. If they dodge it, then they don't deserve power. This isn't about politics anymore. This is about extinction. This is about extinction. You want to lead this country? Prove that you can protect it. We just broke down why nobody should be allowed to vote on climate policy unless they understand the science behind it. But science alone is not enough. In the next episode, we're asking the brutal question, how do we keep the power out of the hands of narcissists, grifters, and sociopaths? Because let's be honest, some of the most dangerous people in politics are not ignorant. They're calculated. And they know exactly what they're doing, and they do it anyway. Episode 4 is about psychology and leadership, and how we can screen for character before we hand somebody a microphone, a military, and a global audience. So don't miss it. Subscribe, share, and ask yourself, is your representative qualified to lead? Thank you for your views. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions. And I hope to talk to you in the comment section very soon. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.